Hey gang, see me over here? Poppy here, we're in the shop, and now I'm gonna polish the backs of these three, especially this one. Shows a lot of green. You may not be able to see it. And this one's really colorful also. And this one, I'm just gonna smooth the flat back, so it won't be touching the lap for a bit. But these two, the backs is getting smooth and shiny. Well, they're pretty smooth now, but they're going to get shiny. Okay. Power switch. Yeah, don't move. There. There we go. Yeah, the red in this one seems to show up better on this side. Hey, I starting out sanding it from 600. It don't need a bunch of coarser sanding. Last week, I believe it was last week, I was telling a story about two YouTube videos I'd seen, one by AVE and one by someone else, showing these electric mouse killers. You know, rechargeable, and you don't have to look at Mickey's broken neck. All that. And a day before I'd seen, a couple days before I'd seen AVE's mouse killer video, he showed this dead mouse that had been gotten by a snap trap when it was trying to raid his grain supply in the granary. And he pulled a botfly larva out of the dead mouse. Anyway, where the story is going is we don't need no fancy electric mouse killer. We have three. That's three of them. And my little kitty cat Runt, she's a wild kitty. I frequently refer to her as Princess Night Crazy. Duchess Morning Silly. And Queen Lunchtime Psycho. Anyway, she is a really sweet but wild. I mean, she plays rough. I mean, any cat can play rough, you know. A little bit of love biting, la la la. Anyway, she's a wild kitty. And she's been going around the periphery of the yard. And everywhere Senor Topo has been sticking his little nose into the yard, she digs. 2 weeks ago, approximately, I was out here cutting away and the cats chased a rodent in. Didn't have a long tail, so it couldn't be a rat. Too big for a mouse. I'd never seen a gopher move that fast. Chased it in and come and hid behind me in the corner. Like I was going to protect it. Seriously, rodent, you're the reason we have cats, so that we won't have you. Okay, now. For a while, we didn't have a cat. The cat we had, Furball, she died. And we tried it without cat for a while. And there's these glue traps called Tomcat glue traps. We were using them. And they're pretty effective. Expensive though. Because unless Minnie runs onto the trap right after Mickey to help him get off of the trap, you know, get one mouse, one trap, one mouse, one trap, one mouse. You have to throw them away. Just looking at this stone over here. Come out of you. Okay, you see the blue mark? There, you saw it. That's where I would... That's where I want to focus right after I refine this. After I refine this bottom of the egg. Okay, that's for 600 grit on this stone. Next. Oh, and if you're going to reuse your wipes, from session to session, don't think of you reusing them from grit to grit, but session to session, if you keep track. Okay, this one here got a little bit of excess crazy on it. Okay, just had a little bit of excess insane adhesive that dripped off the it dripped off of the dop. Now, 600 grit, here it comes. Now you will most likely find that if you get into lapidary, that the polishing, the coarser the polish, the longer you're going to be using that grit. And it's as you're getting into the finer grits, you'll see less and less time on the higher grits. Till you get to the very, very highest grits, then at your 50 and 100,000 grit, I'm talking about diamond here, at your 50 and 100,000 grit diamond compound, you want to slow down. Give it more time. It's my last chance to make it smooth and shiny. That's valid. And a couple extra minutes on the polish never hurt. Okay. Okay, you see the blue dot in the middle. That one little tail going off toward the end, that's the slip. And that shorter tail going off, that's a continuation of that blue dot. It's sort of an ovaloid. That's a flat there. And I want to work it out in this grit. So, as I was saying, don't need no fancy electric mouse killer here. We're using those Tomcat glue traps and some Victor spring traps. And well, I'm a pretty intelligent guy. I figure out where Mickey's gonna go running. If I turn on the light, where's he gonna go running to? Or if he's coming to the garbage can to try and raid it, how's he gonna get there? And I'd put them glue traps where Mickey was gonna run. And at dark, at night when it's dark, you know, that glue trap, I kept on getting them right under the kitchen garbage can. We had it standing up. We had the two of them standing up on a 6-gallon milk crate. You know, elevate them, make it easier for me to hit the can. No comments about aim and no. Anyway, a friend of ours, one street over, had this wild cat family living under his modular home. And well, Daniel, he got old. And his son came in to take care of him and all that. His son, he started getting rid of cats. And first he brought over a male. Now I said, no, I ain't going to have a male cat claiming my house as his territory with his urine. Not happening. Will not have it. So he's back about 10 minutes later and he had this calico. And she seemed sweet enough, so we took her. Named her Chloe. And immediately after she moved in, we never saw a live mouse. Not live mouse one. We find dead mouse under Christy's bed. You know. Yeah. So Chloe was a good hunter. And she had 5 babies. I videoed it and it's on YouTube. Poppy's Workshop. I forget what Anyway, she had 5 babies. And number 3 was dead on arrival. And she went back to the poor thing like 5, 6 different times between squeezing out another, you know, licking it and pawing at it. Live, damn you, live! I didn't go through all that for you to be dead, you know. Anyway, finally she gave up. Nudged the poor little thing away with her nose. We buried it. And okay. Anyway, now we're not cold-ass mofos here. We couldn't say, "Dear Lord, take the soul of number 3 who wouldn't breathe." You know, so we give him a name. It. Shadow. I got a comment from one of my viewers saying, "Rest in peace, Shadow." Yeah, the reason I'm going right at the edge here is I want to get it thoroughly polished, because I'm thinking this stone's going to be two-sided. It's too pretty on either side. Let's take a look at you. Okay. You can see now I've gone to not working on the top, but more or less on the flanks. And the reason I do approximately from all four directions is I want it to be all even and equal and nice and pretty. Well, that is much, much nicer than the other side. Okay, I'm going to go in, cleanse these two and my hands. I shall be back. I'm back. Told you I'd be back. Now, cats, rodents. There was something. Oh, yes. If any of you are wondering why I use cyanoacrylate for my dopping, when hardly anyone uses crazy glue to dop. Well, I do. I know that a lot of people like dop wax. Did you know that the reason there are 3 colors of dop wax is because they melt at different temperatures? Yeah, uh-huh. Anyway, I don't like dop wax because you have to get it hot. And I'm working with stones that are notorious for heat sensitivity. And even worse, thermal shock. That's, get it hot and cooled off too quick. That can be even worse. Than just plain heat. Which is fortunate for people who treat matrix. Put your stone in a hot sugar water solution for a day or two. Let that sugar water soak in real good. And you take that out of there and you put it in sulfuric acid. And the acid attacks the sugar and carbonizes it. Anyway, I just don't like the idea of getting my opal hot. It must be from when I first started being involved in lapidary and metal casting of the lost wax casting regime. And I look around and I see other people there in class and you cannot imagine how shocking it is to hear Goody Two Shoes, I forget her name, but she was a Goody Two Shoes, scream and curse, and she even blasphemed because she cracked her opal. I saw a lot of other people cracking their opals. And I said, no. So the next stone that I cut, it was big enough I could crazy glue it to the head of a scaffold nail. Something like that. Oh, and by the way, you see we've got two rings. This one here and the one at the, or two heads, double-headed nail. Anyway, in a lapidary, if you got a stone lap there, that gives you a real nice place to grab with your fingers. And helps you prevent the cramps in your fingers from holding this teeny tiny toothpick. Now, that head that's farthest out, you can grind it down, make it smaller, and still keep your little knob. How about a little there we go. Very pretty. Lots of nice color. That one there are definitely prettier on what I thought was going to be the bottom. And let's face it, I want the maximum amount of beauty out of this thing. So, okay, now I'm going to go in, cleanse the stones in my hands. I shall be back. Hey gang, before I get back to polishing, you see this horn-shaped thing? Yeah, it's leaking. Brand new, close to $100. Wife paid $2 for it at a yard sale. Can, $7. It's leaking from right here. Anyway, Anyway, it won't do it for a really cold winter night. But then it don't snow here, and I just have to remember unscrew the can from the burner when I'm not using it. Okay, how many? Now we step up to 3,000 grit. Another benefit of using cyanoacrylate to dop is cyanoacrylate will be less likely to hide grits, make your cleaning between grits quicker because you don't have to guess. I haven't seen any videos from Opal Odyssey lately. I hope he's okay. My, you are getting shiny. Shiny, shiny, shiny. Oh, you're so pretty. Oh, so pretty. That little heater is hot. the teardrop. I think I may have taken a flyer with some eBay seller I've never seen before. I didn't want to pay 58 bucks. And all that, so I made him a $40 offer. At least I thought I did. When I go to my eBay, it isn't showing up on offers or bids. And I put the guy into saved sellers while I was doing that, right? And he didn't show up there either. But then I go and look at the original listing, and I'm wondering if I'm that sudden one bidder. I just have to wait till tomorrow evening, find out. Okay, that's 3,000 grit. I'm going to go in, scrub the stones, scrub my hands, come out, change grit, get back to polishing. I'll see you in a couple minutes. 8,000. Here it comes. Anyways, I was saying with cyanoacrylate, some say super, some say crazy. I'm kind of fond of insane adhesive. That way no one can accuse me of shilling for some glue company. So that one. Now for this big pear shape. Yeah, like I said, when you get up into the higher grits, you tend to spend less time for each grit until you get up to the very top, and you're going to be spending more time because that's your last chance. Well, I've got to go in. I shall be back. Hey, I'm back. These two stones are so shiny and so smooth. I'm going straight from 3,000, no, straight from 8,000 to 100,000. Oh yeah, the old lady's gonna love this stone. She told me that's the prettiest one. I said, oh, I don't know. Looks like a piece of shit to me. I won't remind her that I said that. But yeah, so far it's the prettiest out of this parcel. Oh, red and green. I see some gold. So pretty. You saw it. I saw it on my monitor screen there. You must have seen it. I saw a little play there. You may not have, but I saw it. Well, as you can see, it can go fast sometimes. It doesn't have to be all doom and gloom and drudgery. Every once in a while, it actually goes nice. Okay. And put that there. Okay, well, now I was going to go in the house. Ooh, wait a minute, I forgot. I was going to flatten the back on this one stone. Okay. That's right. I promised that I was going to flatten the back of this a little bit more. Okay. Sometimes the water takes a little while to run all the way down that tube. Now this is simple, just putting a flat on the back of the stone. Since I'm here recording, I might as well talk. You saw how I was twirling the stones and working at the surface. Not what I just did, but I mean like watchmakers and clockmakers. If you ever looked inside a high-end watch or clock, you see the screws are blue or black, or they finally rusted through the blue or black. Anyway, that comes from when clocks and watches were for kings and popes. So the clockmakers, to make them look pretty, they'd oxidize the screw heads so they stand out. Now that way when King Idiot come bitching about all that time for cutting screws, where are they? See that, Majesty? There, all them little blue spots? That's the heads of them screws. Of course, the guy had to be careful how he said that. He could lose his head. There. I just wanted that sanded nice and flat. So it sit even and firm in a setting. Well, heck. See, I told you a story about mouse killers and cats. I told you why I don't like dop wax. And oh yeah, why I don't like metal oxide polishes. You know, your chrome oxide, your cerium oxide, your tin oxide. Those metal oxide polishes, they're messy. I'm messy enough as it is. I don't mean slinging metal oxides all over the place. And frankly, I believe I get better using diamond slurry on leather. So, what works for me, right? I'm doing the work. I got to do what I think is best. Good night from California.